Hello, hello out there, fellow Haxors. Welcome to my channel. I am your host, Haxor91, and welcome to Haxor91's subnet. So we're going to be continuing some more Quest for Glory 1, So You Want to Be a Hero, today. So last night we left off here at the Dryad. Let me do one quick thing. I need to put a chihuahua down, because she wants to be held for a bit. And B, let's do a quick share with people. Alright, so we were at the Dryad. We agreed to get the seed from that plant. Oh, sorry, dearie. There. Now you can be nice and close to Daddy. Before we get the seed, I'm going to do a couple of other things. For one, we want to go down this way. Oh my goodness, what's that? By golly, it's an Antwerp. Antwerps are on the endangered species list. They're rarely seen. Let's fight this Antwerp. It was on the head in the wall. It was a head on the wall of the Adventurers Guild. Cockily, you loosen up to fight. Oh yeah, going to fight this Antwerp. Confident and loose, you approach the Antwerp. Stab, stab, and holy mackerel! Where'd it go? Alright, let's go up. And suddenly... we've got baby Antwerps now. Man, that sound is not at all grating, and, whoa, shit! Okay, we just threw our one and only dagger. Let's grab that. And, oh, we do have control over our controller. Let's head back down again. So, there's a weird rock. The rocks were left here by some receding glacier. But this one looks kind of off and different. Hang on, I'm dealing with a chihuahua here. Okay. It looks kind of strange. Let's give it a tug. No, nothing. Oh, despite your mightiest efforts, the rock does not move. So if we continue down this path, it will just lead us to the Brigand camp, which is a fight that I can't win at the moment, nor do you want to. This is actually the hidden entrance to the Brigand camp, which we'll come back to later. We've got some other things to do first. Let's see, what do we have here? We're low on mana, which is kind of weak as it is already. We're mid on stamina. What time is it? Sunset approaches on day 3. Okay, so since sunset is close by, you seem to have startled the white stag. The stag just appears to lead us to the Dryad. We don't have to actually deal with it. Oh, we got a gobbo. Let's work on our weapons skill a bit. Hostile intent is evident. You prepare for battle. Come on. So, not all, but many of the enemies in this game were actually made as clay models that they then photographed and drew over. You find 10 silver coins and carefully place them into your pouch. So, some of the monsters are rotoscoped. I don't think the goblins are, but some of the later ones are. I know that for a fact. I'll point out which ones later. What the? That was really weird. I did read somewhere that the pathing in the Scum VM version can be a bit wonky at times, and I guess that's what they were talking about. So this log here is actually just a good indicator point of where we are on the map. Here we go. Pretty scene of it's a beautiful Spiegelese or mirror lake. You pause for some peaceful reflection. And another good example of palette shifting between the waterfall and the rippling of the water. A long-lost technique that I really do love. My apologies, my husband is just losing a lung. In fact, one moment, I'm going to go close the door a bit more. Okay, sorry about that. Just helps keep down the noise of me talking and him hearing it, and vice versa. I'm trying to remember is it in this game or the previous one, or in the original where they have the Easter egg. I want to say, here it is. Yeah. It must be your imagination. What would Nessie be doing in this fantasy adventure? Shades of Conquest of the Longbow. Plug to Conquest of the Longbow. I'd forgotten about that one. There is actually a different one in the original EGA version. For, if I remember rightly, codename Iceman. The roar of the waterfall fills your ears, and the cold spray dampens your face as you approach. Let's see here. A river plunges for more than 100 feet down the face of a cliff. You see slick, vertical cliff walls. A doorway has been built into the side of the cliff. We've got, how many rations? 20. Okay, we've got plenty then. And 39 out of 53. Okay. The door is built into the face of the mountainside. You suspect that the person who lives behind it treasures privacy. It's a large door. It must open pretty wide. So let's go ahead and climb on up. You look for a good place to climb. That was almost too easy. Just like climbing a ladder. And actually, while we're at it, let's go ahead and cast Detect Magic, which I believe is that one. Yeah. Ah, there's a ladder there. You knock 3 times. A voice from inside says, "Just a minute, just a minute. Please move away from the door." So we actually have to move out of the way.
Oh, hello. Go on in. Hello, how are you? Have we met before? I'm Henry the Hermit, that's me. Me father was an hermit, and me mother was an hermit, so's I come by the job rightfully. Don't have too many visitors, hermits don't, you know. Part of the job description. I likes to see a new face, though. Good to hear another speaking beside myself. So what can I do for ye?
Let's have a seat. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Henry the VIII. I am. Me father was Henry, and his father was an 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 Henry, and every one was an hermit.
Hermit.
An hermit is one who lives alone, far away from them, what talks too much or asks too many questions. Hermits are shy, quiet types, don't say much. Me brother Harry hardly ever says a word in a year. Me sister, Hortense, hasn't spoken since we were 6. I never talks at all. Yes, we hermits knows how to keep a mouth shut.
Tell me about the cave.
Well, it's dark and damp, and the water roars, so there's not a moment's quiet. The ceiling drips and the walls are slimy, and it's always cold. But oh well, says I, it's home.
Your family.
Me family lives pretty far apart from each other. We're all hermits, you know.
So I think that they were trying to hint at other hermits in the other games, but I don't remember them from any other games. I think he's the only one we encounter. Tell me about the falls.
This here's what's called Flying Falls. I done some flying falls around here myself. That porch gets slippery sometimes.
The ladder.
I know some magic. Erasmus the wizard taught me some spells. He's what put the spell on me ladder so's the brigands don't get up. Them what climbs the rocks get a door open in their nose.
So if you don't move, you get knocked right off. Tell me about Erasmus.
He's me friend, Ian Fenris. Powerful wizard he is. Harry, I hear house is something to see up north. Oh, I hear his house is something to see up north. I don't make it out much, and it's pretty busy, so I don't see him much too often. But when we all do get together, you can be sure we'll have fun. He loves to play his games, he do.
Tell me about Fenris.
Fenris is Erasmus's familiar, or is that the other way around?
Games.
Erasmus' favorite game is the Mage's Maze. Have to be a magic user to play it, though. Erasmus is awful good at it.
Spells.
The spells, what I know, is pretty simple. Maybe, but I like them. I can take me ladder, show up in me door close, and even get rid of pests using the trigger spell, you see.
Trigger? I don't think we know that one.
It's a spell what sets off other spells. Like when you want to see the ladder, you cast a trigger, and there you have it. Large as life. Of course, you got to have a spell on the invisible ladder to make it visible first, but it has its uses. I thinks I have a scroll with a spell if you be knowing some magic, that is.
Sure, the scroll.
If you be wanting to learn the spell, I'll be pleased to share it with you. It's just molding in me hiding place. Do you want it?
Absolutely, please.
Let's see. How does Erasmus do it? Oh yeah. He summons it with a trigger. Here goes. There, you has it.
The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a trigger spell. Tell me about the ladder. Oh no, that's right. That was about how it gets us to Erasmus. Brigands, tell me about them.
Nasty sorts they is. I sees them sneaking around the woods on all the time. Other than the warlock, I has nothing to do with them.
Tell me about the warlock.
He's not so bad. Got a good sense of humor, he has. I get the giggles just to think of him. He's come by at a time to chat. Borrowed the mirror what I borrowed from Erasmus, he did.
The mirror?
A magic mirror reflection it was. If you use it when a nasty spell was cast on you, it was sent back to what was the one who cast it. Do unto others, I says.
Alright, I think that's everything. It's getting late, I believe. Sunset approaches? Yeah. Let's offer him some rations. Maybe he'll let us stay the night. No. Oh, okay, I guess not. I guess thank you. Actually, can we rest here? After having traded a ration, which the hermit promptly swallowed, and spending a rather boring hour of cribbage and listening to Henry chatter, you hit the hay. Unfortunately, since the fungus on the walls shines at night, so the room doesn't get dark, and the fact that hermit talks most of the night, you only get 5 hours rest. You awake as the sun begins to rise. Alright, let's head out. Day's dawning, and how are we looking? We didn't rest great, so we still are down a few hit points, but we are rested for stamina and magic, and we learned a new spell, so let's head on back down. And we're going to go and try and get those seeds again. Though let's sneak to get there, because come on. Arrgh. There we go. A monster just wandered by. You hid in the bushes until it passed. So, one of the few problems of emulating these old games is that they want you to go to the pixel edge of the screen, which on original hardware is easy, because you're dragging it to literally the edge of the screen, because you only had one. On on emulation, it's a bit harder to hit that pixel perfect, because you will just drag outside of the window. It's a minor gripe. It's not that big of an issue. Let's go to the castle first, actually, because there's a couple of people we forgot to talk to. Just a minute while I raise the gate. All right. Let's see here. If I remember rightly, there is a guy over here. Come on, Pixel Perfect. There we go. There you are. I'm not here to answer your stupid questions. Go talk to Carl the Gatekeeper. He talks to anyone about almost anything. Okay, I couldn't remember if he would give us a point or not. Here we go. These guys we can talk to, I know that. Tell me about the castle. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. What's your name? My name is Frederick. Your daughter? The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. Barracks? The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. The bald spot. Pierre's very proud of his moustache, but don't mention his bald spot. Baron? No one enters the castle without the Baron's permission. The Baron sees no one. My name is Pierre. Anything? Do you have anything else to say? No? Okay. Tell me about your bald spot. Don't get me mad. Yeah, alright. Nothing. I couldn't remember if that gave you a point or not. It doesn't, so we're just gonna leave. Let's make our way to the spitting plants. So it's been interesting. I'm holding Deary right now, and she is watching the screen intently. She's fascinated by the game. Yeah, you like it, don't you? Yeah, this is a favorite game of Daddy's. Alright, we just lost a monster. Alright, here we go, back to the spitty plants. Let's go ahead and... what's our skill at? 13? We've a ways to go still. You lose concentration and the spell fades. You'll have to practice some more. So, the eventual goal, and I might do some of this off stream, is I want to get our skills up as much as we can. That takes a while. So the max that any of your skills can reach is 100. And I've never gotten all of my spells to 100. I've gotten most of my main skills to it, but I've never gotten all of them. And I may not do it for this playthrough, I don't know. Basically, each game, the level cap is increased by 100. Let's see what we got here. Alright, our stealth is almost maxed. Alright, dearie, you're going to have to get down. Okay, there you go. Sorry, Daddy's hand is falling asleep. Alright, let's give it a save, since we've done some stuff. And we're actually going to, I think, just walk for a bit, because I'd kind of like to fight something and get some skills up. Alright. No, dearie, you have to lay down. My hand is asleep. Yeah, let's just go up one. Oh, Gobbo. Hell yeah. And we're eventually going to have to practice our parry and dodge. But that'll come later. Come on, lay down, darling. No, you need to lay down. I can't hold you anymore. My hand is asleep. Just like a little child. But that's okay. That's what we love about you. Oh, another Gobbo. Well, they're following us, so we'll get them in a moment. Just poke right in. And now, if you notice, my cursor is going absolutely nuts. It tries to, for some reason, bind your cursor to the attack icons, which I get why, but it doesn't work very well. And that's not just the fact that it's emulated, although the jittering is. That the issues with the cursor occur in all versions of the game, even on original hardware. Alright, so we have enough to cast Fetch again. Alright, fine, dearie. I will hold you a bit more. She really wants to be held. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to take a rest here because... Alright, we've got a bit more mana. We can start casting again. Spell fades. Alright, well, we got some practice in, and we've got 25 max mana. That's a good sign. Let's go ahead and... what time is it? It is mid-morning. Nice. We've still got plenty of time left in the day. No, that's not for you. That's a daddy thing. She just wants to be held more. Which I don't mind doing, it's just when my hand falls asleep, it's a problem. Oh, yay, another Gobbo. Good. The more of them we can get, the better. And if you're wondering how to use magic in combat, you just click on the little pentagram in the center. But since we're out of mana, we're just going to hold off on that. 6 silver. Nice. And this way is Arana's piece. So let's just go back there. I think we're well fed, but let's just make sure. Oh, no, we need to eat. Yay. Yummy. How are we doing? Okay. We're getting there. Our stamina and health is going up, and so is our magic. So we're becoming a hero. Another hour. Cool. We're actually better to go than I thought. And it's midday. Okay. Let's head out. And man, that's a bug in the Scum VM version. So there is a reason I'm doing this in Scum VM, and it's purely for using the Roland MT32 music. I am very dubious. I've never done it where I get to export the character. So I know it's theoretically possible at the end of the game, but I've never done it in Scum VM. So you're going to be going on a journey with me on that. God, like the brigands are a pain in the ass because their hit spots are so weird, and their attack patterns are as well. Like, I'm getting tired here. I don't know how much more I can do this. So we're gonna actually spend a bit of mana to nuke him with our flame bolt, or sorry, flame dart. So that would have lowered our mana by about 5. Let's head over to our spitting plants. And what do we got now? Alright, well, our weapon use has gone up. And oh, dodge went up too, because we did practice that a little bit. So let's go ahead and... So this game does have a parry system. Years before Dark Souls did. I just want to point that out. This one won first, to have the first, like, parry system that I know of that works vaguely like a Dark Souls game. Okay, so we're gonna have to wait a bit because I don't think we have enough stamina to do proper battle with anything. Can we get another hour? No? Okay. Sometimes you can get up to 3 hours, but most of the time it's just 1. It gets really annoying, the fact that you can't always rest. Especially when you're practicing knife throwing. Ooh, it worked! Great. Haha. You place the seed into your pack. And then they all just kind of stand there. Let's change this to seed. Cool, so we actually got it. What is our current level for fetch? It is at 22. I'm just trying to think, what should we do next? Because we got the seed mid-afternoon. Oh, Saurus. I think what we're going to do is alright, you are dead. I always search them even though there's nothing on them. Just force of habit, I guess. I'm half tempted to do Baba Yaga, but I don't think I want to quite yet. I really, really kind of want to get a proper night's rest at Arana's Peace. I really think that would help. Let's see here. What are we at? Mid-afternoon still? We could go do goblins. Yeah, let's farm some goblins. Well, let's do another Saurus first. They're useful to kill. So I want to say that the Saurus is one of the clay figures. The body looks a bit... maybe? I'm not sure. I know that the dinosaur and the troll are, and maybe the cheetor. I don't remember. We'll find out. What's up this way? Oh, this is Baba Yaga's. Okay. Looking around, you get the feeling that this is not a very friendly place to be.
Baba Yaga does not welcome strangers. You have to deal with me before you can enter. Baba Yaga's one a tough magic user. If you're so stupid that you want to enter, perhaps we can make a deal.
Alright, let's talk. Tell me about the deal.
All the other skulls have glowing eyes, but me? No. I don't need lovely glowing eyes. Just open and close the gate. That's all I'm good for. But if you can give me a glowing gem for my eyes, then I'll let you get in my gate.
Well, is it a deal? Yeah, sure.
All I ask is a little gem or jewel that glows in the dark. You're the big hero, so go find one.
And in fact, we have one from the ogre. or from Bragi, the Frost Giant. Tell me about the gem. I ask. Okay, so that's the same dialogue as before. The skulls.
Those bone brains are Baba Yaga's spies, so they get glowing eyes.
All right, tell me about the hut.
Baba Yaga's hut will squat if you say the rhyme.
Yeah, Zara mentioned that before. Tell me about the rhyme.
The hut will squat if you say, Hut of Brown, now sit down.
Tell me about Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga's the most powerful ogress around. If you have any brains, you'll stay away from her.
Tell me about the ogress.
You're some hero if you don't even know what an ogre is.
Okay, fine. I think that's all there is to talk about. We're going to do the hut later, because that sets off a timed event, and I'm not ready for it. So we'll come back to that. Okay, here we are in the Goblin training camp. So this is the only point in the game that I know of where we can get multiple creatures to fight in one sitting. Come on. Alright. This poor slob was the big loser at the poker game. He didn't even have lunch money. You find 4 silvers tucked into his tunic. He has no use for the silvers anymore, so they go. So into your pocket they go. Well, now that we have the seed, let's go ahead and head on over to the Dryad and deliver it to her. And I'm doing this. Yeah, I think I should stealth here because our stamina is getting kind of low. And like I said earlier, if you run out of stamina, you die. Actually, that's another good question. I don't have an empty flask, so we'll have to wait for us to get one. You seem to have startled the white stag. Alright, back to the Dryad. Again, you feel a sense of closeness with nature. What a beautiful animal.
Have you brought the seed I requested?
Yep, here it is. You drop the seed into the Dryad's limbs.
Now this will boldly grow where none has grown before.
Minor Star Trek reference.
Heed now my words, friend of the forest, and heed them well. Friend, you must know that there is an evil in this valley which perverts the ways of nature. The prophecy says that a hero will bring a young human from out of this darkness. If you are the one to accomplish this task, there is a potion to break enchantments which the healer can make for you. You must gather these ingredients: flowers from Irana's peace, green fur, fairy dust, a magic acorn, and flying water. Farewell, friend. I must return to my concentration. May the forest forever surround you.
You see an acorn fall slowly to the ground. Let's grab that acorn. You pick up the Dryad's gift of a magic acorn. So, the only things that we actually have most of the ingredients. We've got the flowers, we've got the acorn, and we got the green fur. We still need the flying water, and we need the fairy dust. So, the flying water is actually quite easy. If you remember, Henry the Hermit, or Enry the Hermit, said that the waterfall was called the Flying Falls. So flying water would, to me, imply water from the Flying Falls, because that would be technically flying water. Sometimes you gotta think figuratively and work within the rules. And the fairy dust, well, we actually just passed through a fairy circle, the one of mushrooms. So let's give that a shot. Oh, good. And it sounds like my husband, Punish Bidoof slash Dangerous Snallygaster, is recording some of his content now. Which I hope he is, because I know he's not been feeling great due to the allergies that are going on right now. It is peak spring bloom right here. Thankfully, it rained yesterday, and that has helped clear a bunch of the pollen out, but it's still not great. All right. Oh, good girl, dearie. She has finally settled down with just her paws on the chair, on my chair, as she looks up at me. So yeah, since we're so low on stamina, we're just gonna hold off, and I'm gonna go into town. It's getting late. I think it's close to sunset, isn't it? It probably is by now. Yeah, sunset approaches. So we're gonna quickly go to the dry goods store. The sheriff and Otto go away mid-afternoon, and then when the town closes up, Hilda puts away her stuff. So let's go ahead and purchase 2 more daggers. And we can technically buy the armor, the better armor, and it will provide us with better protection by all means, but it weighs a lot. And right now, us having a low weight is better. It'll get a bit better, or our weight will get slightly better when we start to drink some of our potions, which we'll do a bit later. The magic one we'll probably do once we go to Erasmus's place, because the wizard game really will take a lot of magic points. So, yeah, let's go on into the healer's hut. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from inside says, "Come on in." You tell the healer that you have been to visit the Dryad of the Woods, and that she gave you a magic acorn and told you the formula for a potion to dispel enchantments. "So you help the Dryad. That's nice. She does keep the forest around here healthy. So, that's how to make a dispel potion, is it? Well, thanks for letting me know." Alright, so let's start giving her some stuff. Let's see. To make the dispel potion, I still need fairy dust, green fur, flowers from Mirana's piece, and flying water. So let's give you the flowers. Thank you. I can always use flowers from Mirana's piece in potion making. Here are your silvers. And then just the list of what we still need. And let's give her the green fur. Those meeps sound so interesting. I'd like to meet them sometime. I'll get to work on that potion of yours. And we're just down to the 2. So we're going to actually save right here, because there is a fun thing that you can do, but it really fucks us later. We're going to steal some potions. Do you want to burn yourself? Those pots are hot. Oh, no, it's not that one. It's there. Okay. You carefully grab a couple of healing potions and conceal them under your cape. And now if we try to go back in, after a moment you hear this inside bolt. Oh, really? That's odd. It's locked me out of there in the past. We're going to restore just because I don't want to, but she does give you some interesting dialogue if she finds that you've been stealing. And maybe you have to go off this screen and come back or wait a day or something, but I don't feel like doing that much effort to point that out. It's just a fun thing. Don't steal from her. She does find out. Or has the possibility to find out. I'm not sure which it is. What are we at? Sunset approaches. Let's go ahead and go this way, because there is, like I said, an Easter egg we can possibly trigger. I don't remember how, though. I thought it was this screen. Maybe it's the next. Oh, here it is. It's the father from the Dinosaurs series. It looks like a dinosaur trudging grumpily to work. So yeah, this was peak when Dinosaurs was on TV. Man, that was an interesting show. Between Jim Henson creating it and the baby being such a big pop culture icon, to the ending, which was incredibly dark, and of course the allegories that they had for other things. Veganism, homosexuality, there's a whole list. It was quite the show. Oh, okay, so we rested for an hour, and now it is dark. We're sneaking, and we're going to sleep the night in Arana's Peace tonight, because I want to get fully healed. And as you can hear, there's now kind of crickets and creepy music. There are still basic gobos, but there's also many worse monsters out at night. And I really don't want to encounter some of them yet. In fact, at this point, let's check our stamina. Yeah, we've only got 18. We've got 2 vigor potions. I'm going to drink one. The drink is invigorating. And that should bring us up to a lot higher. Oh, we're at full. Great. So maybe we can fight a night monster now. Or we can go get some fairy dust. A monster just wandered by. You hid in the bushes until it passed. So even with full stealth, you can still get attacked. Like, it's not a guarantee that you are going to be ignored by monsters, or ignore monsters. And there's like 3 different monsters you can encounter at night. Oh, here's one. These fuckers. Actually, let's go ahead and flame dart it. Oh, nope. Okay. So this fucking thing is a real bitch. It likes to zap you. They are quite tough. We might not survive this. We're gonna actually try to. Yeah, even dodging it is a real bitch, because the animation happens pretty quickly. Jeez, and there's no real way to drink potions in the middle of battle, unfortunately. At least not that I know of. No, we're just going to nuke it. There we go. What a waste, no treasure. So, they don't have treasure either. However, that was worth it. It certainly did help some of our skills. We are quite hurt, though. We're lucky to have survived that. We're going to sneak again. And we're going to try to hightail it to Arana's Peace. Because, I don't know about you, but I don't think we can handle another one of those. Like, if it's a Gobbo or a Brigand, maybe. Shit. This is a maybe battle. Though, you know what? We're just going to flee. Because that is an option. You can just kind of flee from your opponents. Phew. Okay, we are safe in Arana's Peace. Let's get dinner. Your hunger has been totally satisfied. You don't need another piece of fruit. Okay, so it's still good from earlier. Even running away raises our vitality and luck. So that's always good. but let's sleep all night. And like I said, once you're in Arana's peace, you are quite safe. You sleep comfortably amongst the fragrant flowers. So soothing. You awake as the sun begins to rise. Alright, and let's see if we're hungry or not. The fruit is very soft and juicy. It would be impossible to keep in your pack. No, I don't want to. I just want to eat one. Okay, fine. I guess we're not hungry. So what are we on? Day 5? Okay, that's not bad. And in this game, you can take as long as you need to. Quest for Glory 2 is on a timer. Excuse me, you do have to get things done by certain points. Let's see here. We need to work on a bunch of things. But I'm feeling confident enough to where we can try that ogre that I was telling you about. So let's go ahead and see if we can't make it there. Okay, so this fucker, we're going to do a couple of things. We're first going to cast Calm. Suddenly a feeling of peace and tranquility permeates the area. Alright, so while it's calm, we're going to nuke it.
Fireball! 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 Fireball!
Okay, so that didn't do much damage to it, but it did do some. As you can see, that this guy is big and nasty. This is one of the clay monsters I was telling you about. We will definitely defeat it, but man, is it taking a beating on us. Come on. Almost. One more. There we go. Down. Ka-thunk. Let's go ahead and search him. A search of the dead ogre's body produces no treasure. However, the treasure chest he was carrying lies beside his body. The dead ogre's huge club is much too heavy for you to lift. So, we're going to use open to open the chest. Oh, there we go. Your spell is too weak to open the ogre's chest. Crap. Okay, fine. In that case, we're going to... let's actually select something else, just because I don't like how it selects something from your inventory. Let's try it again. Practice makes perfect. Yep, still too weak. But we gotta get better at this spell, so... Aloha Mora. What is our magic at anyway? 0. We're out. But we're improving. Our skills are going up. Still day is dawning. What's our skill at? Skill is 10. And what was it for fetch? It was 22. So we've got a couple of options. We can pick the lock. So let's do that, actually. The lock in the ogre's chest clicks open. The dead ogre's chest contains 1 gold and 43 silver, which you take and put away. And I want to say that there was something with his club. I guess not. I'm thinking of the Minotaur. Never mind. Let's go into the cave. What's in the cave? A bar. As you enter, as your eyes adjust from sunlight to darkness, you examine the interior of this eerie cavern. You sense something moving off to your right. On one side of this cavern is a creature which looks like a large bear. There's something attached to his leg. Do we have any mana left? No, we don't. Okay, so there's a couple of ways to do this. We can kill the bear with a dagger. We can use the calm spell, or we can feed it rations, which we've got 18 because we spent 2 staying with Henry de Hermit. You've made this bear very happy. It would be wise to take advantage of his current mood. So, if you don't, the bear will eat you, and I think you just straight up die. But if you feed him, he lets you pass. This section of cave has an eerie quality. You see a kobold resting on a ledge across from you.
No take candle.
So first, let's sneak. The kobold is asleep. Let's do a save here because, well, how much do we have left? We've got enough stamina and health to defeat it, I think. So yeah, let's go ahead and attack it.
You go. You no stay here.
I wasn't that far off actually with the you know take candle. So we just want to stab this fucker as many times as we can until it dies. This is a weird one. We don't know its health status, and it will fling bolts at us that are, I think, damaging me without it hitting. Come on, die already. And if we were to cast spells at it, it actually casts a spell called Reflect, which will reflect the spell back at us. It's dead and there's a key left. You retrieve the dropped key. Yeah, we got really hurt by that. But not as bad as I thought. And we can't rest here. Shit. Okay. We're gonna have to take a mana potion because I need to cast open. The drink burns as it goes down. So if you notice there, hang on just a second. Where is it? You just bumped into something on the floor. It feels like a large wooden chest, but you don't see anything there. So there's a couple of ways to deal with this. Let's do detect magic here. A strong magical aura radiates from the kobold's key. You see the outline of a chest glowing in the south end of the cavern. I don't trust that chest. Not only is it hidden, but it just doesn't feel right. Let's cast Trigger. Wow! The chest must have been booby-trapped. You can really feel the damage from the blast. Ow, and it hurt us. Even from back there. You can also cast Open on it. That's what I usually do. You add 10 gold and 60 silver coins to your money pouch. How much are we at weight-wise? 43 out of 60. Okay. There are some mushrooms here. They are cave mushrooms. They are different than the mushrooms from the fairy circle. The healer will not buy them, and they kind of stay in your inventory, and I don't want them, so we're not taking them. So the bear is ornery again. We're going to cast Calm. Suddenly, a feeling of peace and tranquility permeates the area. And there's can we see it better? Okay, so there's a chain around its ankle. We're going to use the key on the chain. The kobold's key disappears as you turn it in the lock. Oh, it's a man.
You have the honor of meeting the Baronet Barnard von Spielberg. We are pleased that you broke our enchantment. Perhaps our father, the Baron, will reward you should you ever visit our castle.
The arrogance of the Baronet astonishes you. Perchance the kobold magic user had a reason for changing him into a bear. So, yeah, he's kind of an asswipe. And leaving him as a bear is not the worst idea, but you do get a nice reward. Because it's one of the quests on the board in the Adventurers Guild. So we're going to just go back to the castle now. It is and get our reward. But we're going to sneaky because we're kind of hurt, and I prefer not to fight anything. Though if we do come across it, we might be okay. But we are going to sneak. And one of the nice things I will say, once you're going in a direction between screens, it keeps you moving until you reach a special screen like this one. Kind of nice. I don't have anything else for the healer yet. But I do have one mana potion and one vigor and 104 gold. 43 out of 60. I want 2 more potions. I want the another stamina and mana. I like to have spares. Okay, here. Take some gold. And give me a stamina and a mana. There we go. Right, and how much do we have left? Oh, and just the other thing, like, it doesn't convert the silvers into golds at any point. They just kind of weigh more. It's really annoying, and there's no way to change the money out. There is a way to in the next game, though. But for this one, they kept a few things simple. And a lot of that's due to technical requirements, because I've talked to the Coles about it, and they wanted to originally be able to choose, like, the gender and look, and there was even originally multiple races planned. But due to the requirements, hang on.
Come in, you've been expected. Baron von Spielberg awaits you in the castle.
So, before we continue, they originally planned to have multiple races and genders that you could choose between. But the problem is, the computers in 1989, not everybody had hard drives. They were very expensive, and they couldn't hold much. Like, the original hard drives could only hold like 10 megs. And hell, the first 386 that my parents got had 80 megabytes, and that was considered large. Everybody wondered, how are you ever going to fill 80 megabytes worth of storage? We found out quite easily as times went on. But because of that, people would play directly from the floppy disks, and you'd have to swap between floppies. And because of that, and the limited amounts of RAM that you had, there just wasn't a way to do it to where you could have multiple heroes that you could have between while swapping out floppies. It just was not technically possible at the time, because that was a requirement that Sierra had so that more people could play their games, was to be able to play it directly from the floppy and not require a hard drive. So that's why it is a generic white man with blonde hair. Was technical requirement, or technical limitations of the time. So let's actually... Can we duel this guy? Let's do that. The Weapon Master lends you the necessary items, and then... I salute you.
I'm Gad.
And the lesson begins. So if you notice, we actually have a sword in this now and a shield. That's because the fighter, the weapons master, requires you to have the parry skill, which only comes by default with the fighter. If you don't have the parry skill, you cannot fight the weapons master. And the magic user and thief only ever get a dagger, while the fighter gets a sword. Now, basically this is pushing each other left and right on the screen. We don't have to worry about health, but this will deplete our stamina. And that message just said we were getting tired. The lesson wears you down, and you become exhausted.
Even as we fought, I could detect your skills improving through practice. It was most prudent that you should give in to my superior skill. You have a tendency of overbalancing when you dodge a blow. This will adversely affect the timing and effectiveness of your counterattack. Should we meet again, I would not be adverse to another go-round. Farewell, friend.
So, you know, he costs money to use. I think it's 3 gold or something like that. Yeah, that's about right. But we have so much gold, we might as well. And, as you can see, our skills went up considerably for that, so it's worth it. And you can defeat him. It's absolutely possible to. Damn, we're really getting the hero's welcome here.
The Baron von Spielberg and the Baronet await you in the Great Hall. Words cannot express the gratitude I have towards you.
It looks like Ken Williams a bit.
Not only have you freed the Baronet from enchantment and allowed my son to return to me, but you have renewed my hopes that the curse may be lifted. My son, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, also desires to acknowledge his indebtedness. Bernard? That is, I am appreciative of your efforts upon my behalf. Furthermore, I understand you have rid our valley of a dangerous kobold magic user in order to free the Baronet von Spielberg. You risked your life to single-handedly defeat the foul spellcaster. You are a true hero, and I thank you.
I'm having trouble with the voice.
Bernard, I am pleased you managed to kill the kobold. I sincerely hope you will continue your valiant efforts on our land. If anyone can rid the land of brigands, it will be you. Someday, in the near future, I can envision holding a ceremony in your honor and bestowing upon you the title Hero of Spielberg. Bernard, it would be nice if someone could finally defeat the brigands and claim the title. As you leave the castle tomorrow, you will receive the reward money I long ago posted for the safe return of my son, as a token of my thanks. You will, of course, be expected to dine with us and be our guest in the castle tonight. Do you have any questions?
Well, yeah, quite a few, actually. The castle. I need to actually try and do a German.
This castle has been in the family for 2 centuries now as a gift from King Siegfried III.
Tell me about the curse.
Some years back I tried to force the ogress Baba Yaga to leave our valley, and she put a curse upon me that I should lose everything I hold dear. When I lost my daughter and my son, I lost all interest in living. My land suffered because I suffered. Now, though, with the return of my son, I trust the prophecy is about to come true, thanks to you.
Tell me about Baba Yaga.
I have attempted everything in my power to get her to go away. I fear it will take some kind of magic to be able to counteract her magic.
Tell me about your daughter.
My beautiful little daughter was stolen away 10 years ago by Baba Yaga's magic. She's never been found, despite all the searching that has been done for her. I thought she was lost forever, but you have renewed my hope that I will again have her beside me.
Tell me about Yorick.
Yorick was my court jester, a man of infinite jest. He went off to find my daughter, but alas, poor Yorick never returned.
Great joke. Great Shakespeare joke. Tell me about magic.
I know very little about magic, much to my sorrow. Perhaps you should talk to the wizard Zara in town, or Erasmus on Zauberberg.
Still can't get the mountain name right. Also, I would like to point out that they kept talking about a jester who had lots of humor, who was with the brigands. I think that might be Yorick. Tell me about the prophecy.
The prophecy states, "Come a hero from the east, free the man from the beast, bring the child from the band, drive the curser from the land. You entered here from the east, and you released my son from the form of a bear. I am certain that you can fulfill the rest of it, and remove this dreadful curse."
I think that's that. Tell me about yourself.
"I am Stefan von Spielberg, 12th Baron of Spielberg Castle."
Tell me about the brigands.
"If I had more guards, I would wipe the brigands out myself, now that I have my son at my side. It will take some time before the castle and land have recovered from my sorrow, so I think it will take a hero to destroy the brigands. I know they have some kind of fortress at the far south of the valley. I have heard rumors that they've set up an ambush for all that approach. It's also rumored that there's another way into their fortress, but I have no further knowledge about it."
Tell me about the reward.
"I have offered substantial rewards for the return of my son and my daughter, as well as for the leader and warlock of the brigands."
Tell me about the leader.
"There have always been brigands around, but until the leader and the warlock showed up a few years ago, they were not much of a problem. The leader seems to be a brilliant strategist who manages each raid with little loss. Once the leader is gone, I'm sure the brigands can be easily defeated."
Tell me about the warlock.
"As if the valley hadn't been plagued with enough evil magic users. From what I've heard, his magic isn't powerful, but it is used effectively."
Let's talk to the baronet. Tell me about the kobold.
"I rode off one morning with my men in search of monsters to fight. I got separated from my men when I came across the entrance to the cave. As I entered, the kobold ordered me to get out. I informed it that I was Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, an heir to the lands and all within, and ordered it to bow before me. Then it cast a spell upon me, and I remember very little after that."
Tell me about the bear.
"I would prefer not to talk about that."
Brigands.
"I will soon lead the troops against the brigands and wipe them from this land."
You sure you're going to do it?
The baronet. "I am Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, heir to the lands and all within."
Yeah, alright, that'll do. Let's have dinner. The table is filled to overflowing. Can we talk to the guards? No, I guess not. Man, are we wiped. That last fight really nearly did us in, it looks like. Oh, that's right, we also practiced, we did the running and other stuff, so... I forget, can we just rest here? Yeah, okay, we can. Oh, that's right, it wasn't the running, it was the weapons master that did it. I think we just leave the screen. Doesn't that do it?
"A servant is awaiting you outside to show you to your quarters. We will see you at supper later."
After a wonderful meal with the Baron and his son, a peaceful night's sleep in a feather-down bed, and a filling breakfast in bed, you're ready to go adventuring once more. So, that should have fully healed us. Yep. Oh, no, it doesn't. Our health is still quite diminished. We could take a healing potion. How many do we have? 3. Let's take 1. The drink soothes as it goes down. Alright, we're now fully healed and raring to go. You know what? We're here. And while we don't need the money, I could use the training.
"I see you're back. Need some work."
Yeah.
"Good. Come in here and take a rank." you the rest. Get to work now.
Sorry. With Dangerous Snallygaster recording, I'm trying to not overwhelm his mics.
Okay, come over here.
The stableman hands you some coins and says,
Now you're 5 silvers richer.
alright, so how much do we have? 154 gold. Okay, we are loaded. And how's our stats looking? We're looking pretty good, actually. So we still need to visit Erasmus. Come on. Damn it. Oh my god. I get why it's this way, but man, can it be a pain in the ass. And it's especially on like the left hand. The right side, it's never as much of an issue. But the left hand side is always a bitch. And it's not just this game. A lot of the CR games are like that because it's literally pixel perfect. I'd like a bit more magic before we try to deal with Erasmus. We've still got to do Baba Yaga. Oh, you know what? I know where we need to go. Let's go there next. Let's go back to the tavern. And because we did the sloughing out of the stalls, it should be a bit later. What time is it? It's now mid-morning. Okay, cool. Ooh, another note. You pick up the note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read, B. Meet me at the archery range as soon as possible. Urgent. Alright, so, the archery range is not hard to get to from here. We only have to go one more screen after this one. And it's just here to the left. Oh, they're not here yet. Okay, fine. Well, let's rest. And we're going to come back. That's odd. I should have been here by now. Okay. Let's go around a bit and see if maybe we can fight something and then come back and see if they're there then. There. Words. Still up. There's a Saurus. Good. Die, Saurus. Ow! You bastard! He bit me. Now I've got to make sure I get my rabies shots. Ah, here we go.
So, what's this about anyway?
Nibs is starting to get suspicious about us.
What's the bee in the bonnet?
Seems the hero wandering around here has a livery.
She thinks she's gonna go for the gold on her head. What's it to do with us?
She's been asking too many questions about us. And the laughing jackass is eyeing me. I had to sneak out.
Then we got to avoid the ambush and use her back for a bit. Till the heat's off.
Maybe we should just make our move now.
No, let's wait for the creep to go first. While she's busy with him, we take over. She'll take him out easy. Then we take her out.
Where's the back door then?
Where the bouncer hops round. You got your key still?
Yeah.
Don't lose it. I got the only other one. You have to search in the rock for the keyhole. It's hidden good. And remember the word.
What word?
The word that lets you in so that Fred goes away.
Oh yeah, sure. What is it?
Hide and go seek. You better learn it.
You think you're like a dummy or something?
Say the word before you go in the door, or you might make Fred mad. You don't want Fred to get mad, do you?
Hey, no problem. What's the word again?
Hide and go seek.
Hide and go seek. Got it.
I've got to get back before the chief misses me. Be back in a bit.
Hide and go seek. See ya.
So, they're planning on taking over the brigands. Well, first of all, this fucker can't be left alive. Your flame dart streaks through towards the startled brigand. And he's dead. So, we have to wait here for a few minutes because, well, I'll show you. It's just easier to show you sometimes. Bruno comes along and just sticks you with a few daggers. Timing is everything. Done in by poisoned daggers and desperate desperados. Try to avoid annoying that deadly duo next time. So basically, we just kind of have to wait here. I think you're sharp enough to realize that climbing over these bushes could result in some thorny problems. Yeah, so we can't get that way. If I remember rightly, this tree is covered with old, dried fruit from last year. So you can try to sneak through this bush here, but there's bees that attack you, if I remember rightly. Right now, it's just waiting. I think it's like 30 seconds to a minute or so. It, of course, varies on the timing of your computer, if you're using original hardware. Because that's how these games did timers, is they based it off the clock speed of your computer. Nowadays it's emulated, so I think they use a reasonable timer, but once you get to like Pentiums on original hardware, you were really fucked. Okay, yeah, we're good now. Alright, let's loot him. You find a single key on the brigand's body and put it away. Okay, so that's the key to get in the back way to the brigands. We're looking pretty good. What time is it? Midday. So we need to practice our throwing, and we have 3 daggers. So we're going to practice this for a bit. You retrieve your daggers. And let's see, our throwing went up a bit. This does drain stamina, which is good, because that means we'll be tired enough to rest. And we're basically just gonna have to keep doing this, where we toss 3 daggers at this bull's head. And mind you, there is no skill or anything involved in this. This is just raising our skill level. Our throwing is up. In fact, I think we can even use our flame dart, can we? Yeah, we can. So we're going to do that for a bit. Just drain our mana out, because that will certainly help our skill. Oh, we're out of mana. How's it looking? Alright, it even helps our throwing. Nice. So this will have 2 purposes. It'll let us practice throwing and raise our magical skill. because we need some more mana points before we go to Erasmus. His magical game, which is purely optional, I like to do because it grants you a spell if you win. And I could really use a spell. Or I'd like to get all the spells. Our expertise is 21 in Flame Dart. Nice. Going up. I know that the better you get at Flame Dart, the more damage it does. If I remember rightly, that's how it works. And if you notice, our score is at 245 out of 500. I'd say we're sort of halfway through. If you want to put our druthers around it, like we're gonna have to do some grinding. It's not gonna be too terrible. Like, if I remember rightly, the worst part of grinding is this. And I don't think I've ever gotten like our climbing to 100. We're gonna have to practice that some more too. But we're gonna do some of that. I don't know if we're gonna get to a full 100 for every stat. It's just not worth it, I don't think. And we'll be leveling up plenty in the second game. Take that bullhead. Excuse me. Also, what time are we at? Midday still. Cool. Because time doesn't just advance when you rest. It does actually advance as you walk around and do things. And in later games, they actually give you better ways to tell time. It's, I think, just a design and technical limitation choice to do it this way. I get it, but it's not my favorite. Sorry I'm so quiet. My voice is kind of a bit tired from a combo of the voice acting and some of the pollen, though it's not as bad due to the rain that's been going on, but the rain has stopped, so the pollen's going to be coming back now. And this is just a nice little lull. Our throwing skill's gone way up, though. So that's good. So let's go ahead and oh, we've got one more flame dart in us now. Kablamo. And we're at mid-afternoon. Cool. Take a rest. What are we at now? And what time is it? Mid-afternoon still? let's see if we can get one more rest in. I kind of want to. Yeah, good. And we're at sunset approaches. Let's do our... Oh, shit. Let's try that again. Gotta love the old game design of, no, you won't want that again. We'll just revert back to nothingness. But I get it, like, you know, you limited amounts of resources and UI design was still new. So, what is our skill now? 24. Nice. Okay, so since sunset is approaching, we're going to make our way to the next spot that we need to go to. I think we're going to do Baba Yaga tomorrow. Where is it? Are we one off? Ah, shit. Gobbo. Eat dagger. Dagger eater. Okay, here we are. This is where we need to be. Since we're at sunset approaches, let's do a save. And let's do a rest. Okay, now that it's dark, let's go back to the fairy circle. Ooh, there are fairies now.
Oh, looky, a human. What's it doing here? Yuck. Let's have some fun with it. Humans? Why is it always humans? Go away, you can't play. I think it wants to play with us. Human, do you know how to dance? How do you dance? 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 Will you dance for us? Can you dance? Don't you want to dance?
Yeah, sure.
Then dance for us. Humans can't dance. Let's see you dance. I bet you can't dance. Dance for us. All he wants to do is dance. Let's see you. Dance, dance.
So, if your agility is not high enough, you will fail this. But by this point, we got plenty.
Ooh, it can dance. Wowie! This is neat. Gee, I didn't think it could do this. Well, I just love it. You'd love it in Antwerp. Do not. Do too. Wow!
Alright, let's give it a talk. There we go. Tell me about mushrooms.
Our mushrooms are special. Yeah, they're magical. That's why we dance in rings of mushrooms. You better not come into our ring. We never let humans into our ring. It takes forever to get the smell out. It spoils the magic when a human comes in. Makes us very, very angry. We love our mushrooms.
So, just for the shits and giggles, we've got to go in, since they told us not to.
He came into our circle! Who invited you here? How rude. You can't come in here. Now you're really gonna get it. What an insult! You just have to dance.
Have to dance.
Dance, 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 dance. Dance! Dance! He's no fun. He fell right over.
Land of 1,000 dances. For such wimpy-looking creatures, those fairies sure can play rough. You never danced so hard in your entire life, which is now over. Kind of reminds me of Hocus Pocus, where the witches make them dance, but this came out a bit before then. If we're talking about the original, 4 years, and then this version, 1 year. Tell me about fairies.
We are magic. We make rainbows. We dance to make the flowers grow. We sing to make the colors. We're the prettiest things in the world. We just want to have fun.
Fairies live in forests.
Fairies are great.
Let's see. Tell me about the brigands.
This is boring. Is that all you care about?
Shall we dance again?
What about the human?
Well, if we ignore it, it'll go away.
Let's dance.
How about fairy dust?
Fairy dust is very magical. Is that why you're here? Well, why should we give it any dust? It danced for us, didn't it? Well, I say we give it some dust. That's because you have a crush on it. Do not. Dewdrop's in love with the human. Am not. R2. If you love it, you give it some dust. Ick, not me, you. You. No, you. No way, you. Not me, you. Make Mikey do it. She'll touch anything. Mikey! All right, but you all owe me. All right, human. Hold out your hand and close your eyes. You'll get a big surprise.
You held out your hand. What else could you do?
No peeking. I think it's cheating. Oh, just give it some dust. You need a bath anyway.
You place the dust carefully away in an empty flask. So, the Mikey reference is a very old commercial for those of you that are too young to remember. Hell, I'm too young to remember, to be perfectly honest. Have Mikey eat it. He'll try anything. I forget for what brand it was, but
take care.
Okay, so we need to get to Irana's piece now. Okay, so there's a ghost there. That means we're near the graveyard, which we'll need to come back to when we've dealt with Baba Yaga, which we're not dealing with quite yet. So monsters are going by us. What is our stamina? We might be able to defeat something if we encounter it. Let's just hope we don't. Okay, we're at the spitty plants. Excuse me. And we're almost to Arana's piece. Phew. Okay. Let's sleep all night. You sleep comfortably amongst the fragrant flowers. You awake as the sun begins to rise. And so we should be we are now fully healed. We're getting up there. Our throwing is doing okay. Our magic is still pretty pathetic. Climbing could use some work. But, we're getting there. The sweet, juicy fruit on the tree is amazingly satisfying and refreshing. Your hunger's been totally satisfied. You don't need another piece of fruit. Okay. Yeah, the Arana's Peace Fruit is pretty satisfying. You usually only need one every, like, other day, I think, once you have it. Hang on, I just need to check on something here. Okay. Oh, another brigand. Let's go ahead and give it some fighting. The nice thing is that if you can get going, you can take them out really easily, because they'll just kind of repeat and loop their animation cell for hitting them. But getting that is sometimes difficult. And as you can see, it didn't really help our weapon use. But our agility has gone up some more, so that's good. We should be what? Day's dawning. Yeah, let's go ahead and... Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. You pick up a few small rocks. Let's dump them. No, not pick up, drop. There we go. Okay. That's all the rocks dropped. Wow. Fuck. God damn it, I just picked up more. And they're heavy too, like, they add a lot of weight, so let's drop more. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And just out of curiosity, we're at 44 pounds out of 65. So I really want to just go to Erasmus now and get that over with. And then we can go to Baba Yaga. Before we go, we've got so much money, I'm just going to buy another mana potion. Because actually, do we only have one? Because I think we used it up on the right after the kobold. Let's just double check here. No, we got 2, okay. About 2 potions of everything. No, yeah, let's hold off. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'm reloading rather than... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Blah, 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 fairy dust. For some reason, I thought we saved. Shit. Okay, so we've got the dust again. Let's leave and get back to Arana's Peace and save after we rest. Say hi to the Dryad for us. So, yeah, there are a couple of random lines that the fairies will give you, which is kind of neat. Okay, so we're going to sneaky... The ghost is there, meaning the graveyard is one to the east, which we're not going anywhere near without... the unglint on us, which I don't want to do right now. Ooh. Actually, what is our... I think we're actually going to try to fight something. No, I'd like more than just a gobbo, please. I think we can even handle a Cheetor at this point. Let's go ahead and save. So let's try to get one to come. Oh, no, that's a brigand. Not what I want. Yeah, and it's chasing us. Great. Alright, in that case, screw it. Or no, let's not screw it. Let's go out. No, I don't want to fight one of those fuckers, because they're useless. So, basically, we're going to have to defeat one Cheetor and one Troll, at least. Yeah, alright, you know what, let's do a fucking Gobbo, just because it might help our weapon use a bit. And actually, I'm going to try my parry skill a bit. It seems to be working a bit. It's just timing it right. There we go. 2 silver coins. Okay. What are we looking at? Okay, parry went up. Sweet. And so did the rest. We're beginning to get stronger. What was our stamina? 33 out of 72. Yeah, I don't think we could face a Cheetor at this point. So I think we're just going to go to bed. Sleep all night. You sleep comfortably amongst the fragrant flowers. You awake as the sun begins to rise. And let's have a fruit. Because it's not like we're short on rations, but it does save us on spending rations. Because we got 17, because one for Henry the Hermit, one for us that night, and then one for the bar. Okay. So, we were going to go to Erasmus, right? Yeah. I'm just going to stroll on over there. I'm not going to sneak. If we face something, we face something. A brigand, eh? Okay. You know what? Let's do the brigand. Oh, shit, it's changed to a Saurus. Okay, cool. Let's go, bitch. Nice. They go down really easily now. Getting your weapon skill up really helps. Also, I think that it does, like, randomly give you certain amounts of damage based on, like, RNG. You find a silver single coin. Carefully polish it and place it into your pouch. What a way to make a living. Alright, another snowy path this way. Let's head that way. Okay, we've got... Funny, you've never heard anything about the Great Wall of Spielberg before. You'll have to get a new travel agent. The view is awesome from here. It reminds you of Yosemite National Park. And what are we looking at here? We're looking pretty good. The game won't damage us by any means, but I like to make sure, because it does take stamina to get to the top of the mountain. A sign appears. It reads, Willkommen auf Zauberberg. That's the name of the mountain. So welcome to Mount Zauberberg. Another sign appears. It reads, Trespackers will be towed. Turned into a frog, I guess. There are different ones that it'll read as. It's random, and it changes each time you go. It looks like a cross between a castle and an angry purple rhinoceros. Purple Mountain's majesty above the fruity plain. You feel as though you've just scaled the Matterhorn in full armor. What a climb! You can see all of Spielberg Valley from here. After you finally catch your breath, you see that you have reached the rather eccentric-looking house that you saw from below. There's an ugly gargoyle above the entrance.
Stand fast. He who would wizard see first must answer questions 3. What is your name?
It's Tasselhoff. Though, in the original version, you actually have to type in what you want to say. So, I hope you remember what you had. So, Tasselhoff.
What is your quest?
And he knows that if you're lying, I want glory.
What is your favorite color?
It's red or black.
I've got to hand it to you. You're quite a card, but Erasmus doesn't like visitors who aren't playing with a full deck. Scat, brat.
So apparently that was the wrong color. We're just going to restore that because I don't feel like doing that quite the same way. And I'm curious about the signs. Okay, yeah, so apparently it's when you load the screen that they come in. Also, clipping issue down there. Rare, but I think that's a Scum VM issue. I could be wrong, though. But I've never seen that happen in DOSBox or on original hardware. Alright, and the questions do change. Stand fast. Well, questions 3. What's your name? Tasselhoff. What's your quest? I want to be a hero.
What is the meaning of life, the universe, and everything?
Well, if we're going by Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's 42.
So, you put some deep thought into that question, eh?
That's the name of the computer that came up with 42.
The wizard will see you now. Go directly up to the tower. Do not dally.
This room is full of odds, ends, and stuff. The wizard must be a real character. Oh my. Oh my.
Come on in and sit down. Fenris, our guest has arrived. Cheese, please. Ah. Since you're a practitioner of the magical arts, you might be interested in a little game I have. Do you know the spell Open?
Sure do.
Do you know the spell Fetch?
Yep.
Great! Now can you cast Flame Dart?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, good, good. Now all you have to know is the spell Trigger. I don't suppose you know that spell, do you?
Yep.
Wonderful! Then you can play a game of Mage's Maze with me. You do want to play, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
I'll teach you the Dazzle spell if you win.
So, we're going to save here, because this game is a bit odd. I'll do my best to explain it. Click on the magic flask to drink a magic power potion while playing the game. So we want to get the blue flame down to here. And the only way to do that is to move some things around. We're going to use our spells to try to do it as best we can. We're also trying to block his character from getting around as well. Shit. Nope, you're going there. And we knocked him back to the beginning by doing that. And I'm going to need another... The drink burns as it goes down. This is why we need to have our spells better. Or is it open for that? Crap. Okay. There we go. And we're going to drink another potion because we've got to have mana for this part. And like I said, this game is not very easy to play or fair. And I think we're out of potions at this point. But we should be able to get through. So the idea is you can use the different spells to advance yourself or fuck over the other player. The fetch spell allows you to move the bridges or ladders. Open moves the boulders. The trigger changes the size of your thing, and flame dart will like burn the thing and stun them. Well, you seem to have beginner's luck. It only took you one game to win. Usually takes at least 500 tries for anyone less than a full wizard to defeat me. And then the candle is how long the spell is active for. As I promised, I shall now teach you the spell known as Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle. I do so enjoy playing the Mage's Maze. Tell me about yourself, Erasmus. I'm the wizard of some renown. It'd be best to wait until Erasmus puts down his cup of tea before asking any questions. Tell me about Fenris. What am I, some sort of object? Am I invisible or something that you talk to about me behind my back in front of my face? Sheesh, no respect. It's hard to take anyone very seriously who wears such a ridiculous hat. Tell me about magic. If magic be the loot of life, play on. The quote was music, not magic, and it was food, not loot. How about magic makes the world go round? Money makes the world go round. Oh. Very well, then, to put it in my own words, magic is the essence and soul of life, and the wizard is her poet. Actually, it's Merlin who said that first, but he used the term magician, not wizard. Fenris, there are times when you would look better as a newt. Why is that? Because newts can't talk. Neither can most rats. Do you know which has more legs? One cow or no cow? No, I don't know. You're right, no cow has more than 4 legs. These are too easy. Tell me about Irana. Never met her. Only built this vacation home here a century ago. Irana has a nice little magical meadow in her name northwest of here. Pretty respectable spellcaster, I imagine. The protection spell she casts over the town is fairly good, but I believe she missed a few places. You're just jealous because the only annoyance named after you was a soft drink. I thought that Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle Root Beer was a wonderful name for a product. It's a shame the company went broke afterwards. So the Razzle Dazzle Root Beer is actually the debug for the cheat system in the original game, where you could then go into debug and edit your stats and teleport and give yourself items and that sort of thing. It's not, you can't do it in the VGA remake, and honestly, you don't really need to. The only thing at least you have the mushrooms to sell. So tell me about the protection spell. Irana's spell prevents the use of excessive violence or hostile magic within Spielberg's walls, with the exception of a couple of places. Looks to me as if she missed the back part of the alley, and the spell only applies to areas in town above the ground. Pretty shoddy, if you ask me. Nobody asked you. Alright, let's see. Tell me about Zara. Zara has a real flair for the theatric. Her entrance at the magic shop is quite a bit showy, but effective. True, she did teleport in. It's a pity she has no sense of humor. Just because she doesn't laugh at your jokes doesn't mean that she lacks a sense of humor. It just means that she has good taste. Sorry, I'm trying to do like Rizzo the Rat, and just the southern keeps slipping in. Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga is good at curses and shape-changing spells. She's a nasty temper, and she doesn't believe in safe hex, so it's best to stay on her good side. You have to watch her. She cheats at cards. So do you. She started it first. Besides, I wanted her to get a taste of her own medicine. Shame she still beats you. Curses. The curse Baba Yaga placed upon Baron von Spielberg was a fine example of creative cursing. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this is the curse I now demand. Yeah, we've heard it before. Counter curses. A counter curse is a cure for a curse. It usually works against the one who cast the curse in the first place. The counter curse for the curse on the Baron goes, Come a hero from the east, free the man from in the beast, bring the child out the band, drive the cursor from the land. So to break the curse, a hero must get rid of Baba Yaga in addition to all the other things. Does not reflect well on Baba Yaga.
Nothing reflects well on that ogress. She's a face that would break anything but a magic mirror.
Magic mirror. There are many types of magic mirrors. One of the more common types is the one that has a strange face popping up every so often.
Reminds me of the one in the master bedroom.
That's not magical.
No, but it does have a strange face peering from it whenever you're in the room.
At any rate, I used to have a nice magic hand mirror I misplaced around here somewhere. It could be used to reflect a spell back upon the caster. So if you happen upon a small golden magic mirror with a dragon handle on it, you'll know it's mine.
It was the flagon with the dragon. The mirror had a leer.
Oh, that's right. Well, if you find a magic mirror with a face on it, you'll know it reflects spells. Let's see here. Spellcasters in general. Basically, anyone who uses magic is a magic user. Anyone who casts spells is a spellcaster. However, to be a wizard, you need to have undergone initiation into the Wizards Institute of Techno-Sorcery in the land of Shapir. Magicians and sorcerers are wizards who specialize. I myself strive to master all aspects of magic, unlike those narrow-minded specialists.
You wouldn't want to lose your amateur standing after all.
I prefer to think of myself as a dilettante.
Does that mean you tease pickles?
Initiation. You need to complete your quest here before you can become initiated as a wizard. Sorry, pouring tea. Tell me about spells. It's important for a magic user to know as many spells as possible. You never know what just might come in handy. Let's see. Brigands. They're supposed to have a warlock working with them. From what I've seen, he's more nincompoop than a necromancer. Nincompoop. He laughs too much when he casts his spells.
That's because his jokes are funnier than yours.
Do you know what time it is when Otto walks through your door? No, I don't. Time to get a new door. Warlock. The only thing I've seen the brigand warlock cast is a sneezing powder. The necromancer.
Isn't that the vampire who fell in love with throats?
No, that's a necromancer. A necromancer is a magic user who has rather unsavory relationship with corpses.
Does that mean a necromancer has ghoul friends?
It means a necromancer is someone who deals with the undead.
Canasta with cadavers and spades with shades, eh?
Mage's Maze. Just a little something to challenge the mind and magic with that I like to play every now and again. Fenner's isn't much of a challenge anymore.
That's because I always win.
I still think you're cheating somehow. Anyways, the game involves casting 4 spells. Flame Dart, Open, Fetch, and Trigger. And to make it worth your while, if you beat me, I'll teach you a new spell called Dazzle, which we already have. Hey, Fenris, what about you?
What's there to say? For a rat, I'm a really great guy.
Although, for such a great guy, you're really a rat. Tell me about Erasmus.
Erasmus is my familiar.
Isn't that the other way round?
Familiar is my Erasmus?
Well, I've always found Erasmus to be overly familiar. No, I mean, aren't you my familiar?
All these years and you still don't know.
So, that's cute. It's time for me to be going. Thank you. Not in my house, you don't. Okay, so with that, we are at Day is Dawning still, okay, and we have our spell Dazzle. So we have all the spells in the game but one, and that is Magic Weapon. The only way you can get that spell is if you start off as a magic user. It just basically enchants your weapon for one strike. It makes it hurt more. Unfortunately, we'll never be able to get it because we didn't start as a magic user. But we can get, I believe, most every other spell. We're just at 2 hours, and my voice is going hoarse, and I've got other things I need to do today. So we're going to save, and I'm not sure what I'm going to stream next. Maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe this coming week. But I think in the next session or two, we can probably beat the game. I might do some grinding off screen to get some stats up. Actually, I'm curious now. Let's check on our expertise with some things. Yeah, okay. So doing the wizard's magician's maze does practice your magic, which is kind of nice. So anyway, like I said, I think we're going to call it a day for here, or at least a session. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time on Haxor's Dungeon, or sorry, Subnet. Bye all.